morning and welcome to a cozy fall edition of What I Eat in a Day. Hi there, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica and here on my channel, we focus on all things mom life. However, everything we do here in my space does have a bit of a healthy twist as I'm a holistic nutritionist and a nutritional practitioner. So by this time, you've already seen me have my warm water with lemon this morning and my coffee, and now I'm getting ready to eat. And I'm going to be blending up a citrus ginger berry smoothie that is perfect for these cooler mornings. It packs in a ton of nutrition and a little bit of heat. So it's actually a Friday when I'm filming this and I'm looking outside behind you guys and the ground is covered in frost. I have the fireplace lit and we have the Christmas wreath hung on the fireplace. So I do think that we will be doing a little bit of decorating this afternoon, which is also exciting. So I'm definitely bringing in all of the fall and winter cozy flavors in today's edition of What I Eat in a Day. I hope that you enjoy, and if you do, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. So I've got all of our ingredients laid out here for the smoothie. I have a half a cup of carrots that I've peeled and chopped. I have 1.5 cups of mixed greens. This is just the mixed greens in the bag, the organic one from Costco. I have 1.5 cups of frozen strawberries. I have 1 small orange. It's actually a mandarin that's peeled. Then I have 1 lemon here that we're going to be using the juice from. And over here I have like 1.5 inches of fresh ginger and 1 cup of tart cherry juice in the corner. That's also from Costco. It's just 100% tart cherry juice. There's no sugar added. Then I also will be adding in 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup of full fat coconut milk. Okay, like I said, it is a Friday, so Sawyer is home with me today, so I poured a little smoothie in a cup for her. I have a full one for me, and then Kaya did just eat breakfast, so I have about a half of a smoothie. So like this is like 8 ounces in here, because these are 16-ounce smoothie bottles. I will link them for you guys in the description box down below. They are from our website, and we love them. So these are 16 ounces, so her and Kaya each have about 8 ounces of smoothies. All right, you guys, so as I sip on this, it is so delicious and I just love the bright flavors. So the berries, the little bit of tart cherry juice, we don't have to be too strict and regimented with our diet. If it does include a little bit of bright juice in your smoothie to bring in those seasonal flavors, that's okay. We packed a ton of nutrition in here, and the spiciness from the ginger really just makes it super cozy and warming on this crispy fall morning. So it's a little bit later in the afternoon and I've got everything behind me set up to make a delicious kale and apple and chicken salad. All of the flavors in this salad definitely epitomize the season of fall and coziness, and I'm definitely also starting to bring in the beautiful and wonderful flavors of Thanksgiving as I'm experimenting with a few dishes that we may pull together for our own Thanksgiving holiday. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys back and show you everything that I have lined up. This salad is literally going to take me under 5 minutes to assemble, which is great because I'll have to get Ronan from the bus here soon. So this gives me time to put my salad together, sit down, actually enjoy and eat my lunch before I have to get Ronan from the bus. Okay, so here in this bowl, I have about 4.5 cups of kale. Then I have 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, which I absolutely love. Then over here, I have 1 tablespoon of dried cherries and 1 tablespoon of dried cranberries. I have 1 whole apple sliced and cored, 1.5 cups of chicken, and 1/4 cup of red onion. All I'm going to do is throw everything into this bowl right here, and then we'll top it with a quick apple cider Dijon vinaigrette. Okay, so now it is later in the afternoon and I have reset the kitchen and cleaned everything, including our smoothie bottles from breakfast. And during that time, I managed to splatter a remainder of a smoothie all over my turtleneck. So I have quickly changed. I'm actually going to get going on dinner. I'm going to chop up all of my veggies that I'm going to be roasting for dinner time because they actually need to cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. So that is perfect. We do eat dinner a little bit early, like 5:15, 5:30, which I don't mind because the kids go to bed early. I can get some work done, and I've been trying to go to bed earlier. But what I can do is I can chop everything, start roasting it, which will make it really simple and easy. That way dinner will be ready nice and early, and I can spend some time with the kids after school. All right, guys, so I have on the cutting board in front of me 1 sweet potato, 1 Japanese yam, and some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna go ahead and chop all of these up and put them on a parchment lined baking sheet, and we're gonna cook those. That's what's gonna take the longest. But our toppings and our dressing and our glaze for this dish are on another level. So I'm gonna go ahead and start roasting these, and then I'm gonna get some chicken sausages that we actually had last night, and we've got some leftovers. And I'm going to heat up a pan with a little bit of avocado oil and maybe just a hint of coconut oil because we're gonna go just a tad sweet but savory and salty with this dish. And I'm gonna chop those up, and I'm also going to pan fry up in that same mixture some apples and some pumpkin seeds and a little bit of dried cherries or cranberries with the chicken sausages. We're gonna combine all of this together and put it over a bed of arugula. Delicious and amazing, and even maybe we'll slice up some avocado at the end. We'll most likely also then slice up some avocado and put that on top. So I'm so excited to bring this one together. It has every single ounce of fall flavors included in this recipe, so I know that you guys are equally going to love it. Okay, so I often get asked the difference between a sweet potato and a Japanese yam. And then there's also purple potatoes, which I've included in a recipe like 3 years ago, maybe definitely 3 years ago on my channel, where I was making baby food for Sawyer, which seems like a lifetime ago. But purple potatoes are very purple on the inside. The sweet potatoes, these are like your Jewel sweet potatoes, they're orange on the inside. And this is a Japanese yam. Out of all of the yam potatoes, sweet potato family, this is by far my favorite, nutritionally and taste-wise. Japanese yams are incredible for females and our hormones. They're also just a delicious and amazing carb. But because we're making like a harvest hash, I'm including all of them because they're delicious and I love them. And then also, because of my obsession with greens and fiber and cruciferous vegetables, we have our Brussels sprouts. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up these yams, but I did wanna just call that out because I'm always asked about the difference between sweet potatoes and Japanese yams. you guys, this tray here just literally it's sparking all of the holiday joy. I can't even. It just makes me feel like it's Thanksgiving harvest season on a tray. So I'm going to go ahead, chop up the Brussels sprouts. Then we will go ahead and whip together the delicious, very seasonal glaze. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and spray all of our veggies with some avocado oil. Then I've quickly mixed together our delicious vinaigrette. So in here I have a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just a dash of apple juice, pure juice. I juiced apples yesterday, so I have a little bit of that in here. I have Dijon, I have a little bit of maple syrup, cinnamon, onion powder, and then I just sprayed on some avocado oil, and then I'm gonna sprinkle on some Celtic salt at the end. I will put, of course, all of the exact measurements for this in the description box down below. So you should have a little bit left. So when we toss everything together, including our chicken sausages and our cherries and our cranberries, whichever one you prefer, that way you can mix everything together after you bake it. So I am gonna put the potatoes in about 8 minutes prior to the Brussels sprouts because they won't take as long. The potatoes should take about 25 to 30 minutes and the Brussels sprouts about 20 minutes. So we're gonna time it. And then of course I will put all of that in the description box below for you guys as well. Okay, so our potatoes and Brussels sprouts are nearly done. So I'm just heating up a pan. I'm gonna throw in the apples and the chicken sausage really quickly. So again, my chicken sausage is already cooked. If yours is not, then you would wanna start this a little bit earlier and then add in your apples near at the end. So you guys can see I've gone ahead and combined my sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts. I'm going to pour the remaining of the vinaigrette that we had here. Just give it a good little whisk or stir. And you can also do this in the immersion blender as well. And it gives it like this beautiful yellow tone from the Dijon. But I'm gonna pour that on top. Of our hash. I'm going to combine all of this together. And behind me, we have our finished chicken sausage, apple, pumpkin seed, and cherry I ran out of cranberries, so we used dried cherries, which will be equally delicious. You can mix it all together or you can leave it separate, but I think I'm gonna leave it separate for now until right before it's time to eat, because the bus had just gotten here. Ronan and Zoe are upstairs playing for a quick second, and so I will probably be assembling our dinner bowls in about 15 to 20 minutes. So as you can see, I have filled my bowl with a heaping amount of arugula, probably like 2 full handfuls or 2 cups as my base. I've sliced open a gorgeous avocado. I've got the Brussels sprouts and sweet potato and yam here that I'm gonna put on first, and then we will go ahead and put on the chicken and apples and top it all with a bit of avocado. Okay guys, so here is the dinner bowl all assembled. You can see here on the side I have our potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Then I have the chicken, apples, cherries, pumpkin seeds, and a little bit of avocado in the corner. Okay, so it's much later in the evening. It is actually 7:15 p.m. and we had dinner tonight, I think right at 5 o'clock. So I'm feeling a little bit hungry, and if you've known me for a while, then you know I love to end my night with a big warm cup of tea. Typically 99.9% of the time it is Tulsi tea. Sometimes I do a little bit of peppermint, red raspberry leaf, or throat coat if I'm filming some videos or voiceover or I have client calls, but most of the time it is the traditional medicinals Tulsi ginger tea. But with that, I'm still a little bit hungry, and sometimes I'll have like 3 or 4 dates with my tea. But I am so excited to share with you guys that I have been trying out Daily Harvest, and I am absolutely obsessed. You know, I have extremely high standards, especially when it comes to smoothies, but I've been trying their smoothies and a few of their other recipes, and they are delicious, you guys. So I am sitting down with what tastes like a bite of cookie dough. The bite that I have right now is the banana cacao, and it truly does taste like raw cookie dough. And the ingredients are banana, cashew, oats, almond flour, dark chocolate, and chaga mushrooms. So clean and so delicious. I have been obsessed with these bites for the last week and a half. I've been trying out 3 different flavors, and I cannot describe to you how delicious they are. You eat them straight out of the freezer while they're frozen, and they are so satisfying. Sometimes if it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I am making a peppermint tea, I will grab one of the raspberry bites, which has been one of my favorites. I love the bright, fresh taste, but this is definitely a good one for a little bit later in the evening when I'm craving something sweet and still a little bit hungry, because the size is pretty substantial and it's extremely satiating. And if you haven't heard of Daily Harvest, they deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to your door, which is such a win. So I will go ahead and share a link in the description box down below, and you can use my code Jessica Spires at checkout for up to 40% off your entire first order. I highly encourage you to give a few smoothies a try. Their flatbreads are delicious, so are their soups, and of course, do not miss out on the bites. Next to the link in my description box, I will list out some of my favorites from Daily Harvest if you're interested in giving them a try. So I'm going to enjoy my tea have my daily harvest bite and end the video here. I want to thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with me today. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but today is a Tuesday and it's actually a bonus video. I'm really trying my hardest to work my way up to 2 videos a week for the remainder of 2021, just to kind of see how that goes. So if you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here on Thursday.